off. I'm down on the floor. I'm a sports reporter. I'm like, where's this owner, George Shinn of the team? So I'm like, he's got to be in a suite. So I borrow somebody's binoculars and I scan all the suites and I see George Shinn. He's got on a black leather sports coat. It's like a sports coat, but it's made out of leather, black. So I see him in the suite and I count off the suites from the end. And then at the end of the game, I go up in the elevator and I go to the suite level and I count off the suites and boom, I'm right in front of his suite. Game ends, George Shinn walks out. I do a little one-on-one interview with him. That's how I got George Shinn. Then I go down to the locker room and Shaquille O'Neal and the Lakers, Kobe Bryant. Shaquille is like year 5 or 6. Kobe Bryant's like year 2. I'm not exaggerating. Shaquille O'Neal had about 20 media members around him. I look off to the right. Kobe Bryant sitting on a folding chair by himself. Now, I go over there and interview Kobe Bryant, and it was more on like 19 years old, second year in the NBA. You're a part owner of a Spanish NBA, not an NBA team, a basketball pro team in Spain. You know 4 languages. It was like that kind of stuff that I knew about Kobe more than, 26 points a game because he hadn't arrived yet as the superstar. He was kicking butt and taking names. He was a great player. He was an all-star, but I'm telling you, 20 members around Shaq, 30 media members around Shaq, 0 around Kobe. I pull out a folding chair, knock out the interview with him. Then I say, hey, Kobe, tomorrow I was hoping you might be able to join me on my radio program. What time is it air? I think I was doing like noon to 2 at that time or something, some midday show. I was like noon to 2 Central Time. He goes, well, I'm going to be in Memphis tomorrow. Like I think they had a game against the Grizzlies the next day. He goes, give me the phone number. I'm like, great. So I pulled out my card and wrote my phone number. He goes, and I think I put like cell. And he goes, not the cell, the studio call-in number. I'm like, damn, this 19-year-old kid knows studio call-in number. And I'm stupid to put my cell. Why am I giving him my cell? So I'm like, I don't know what I'm thinking. I put the studio call-in number. He goes, what time? I'm like 1:30, or something like that. He's like, I'll call you then. I'm like, great. So then the crowd thins out and I go interview Shaquille O'Neal. I'm like, Shaq, I went to LSU. Some guys I knew were tight with Shaquille and I was tight with them. Some of my friends became tight with Shaquille. One of my friends rented an apartment he owned to Shaquille O'Neal. So I was like, you remember so-and-so? So I was like, oh yeah, how they doing? I'm like, good. And Shaquille's kind of just like looking around, not even looking at me in the eye. And then I'm like, hey, could you join me on my program tomorrow? I say, yeah, I think I can probably do that. You give me a card or whatever. So I write down the call-in number. I give him the card. He doesn't even look at the card. He just sticks. I remember he had this like Levi's blue jean jacket, like not faded, like the, perfect blue jean, that bright blue. And he just lifts up that pocket on his chest and sticks my card in there, which is probably still in that blue jean jacket right now. Anyway, the next day I'm on the air and I'm explaining the story. I'm like, and I'm saying, I think Kobe will call in, but I don't think Shaq's going to call in. We never agreed on a time or anything, so don't expect Shaq, but Kobe's going to call. I start getting these callers. They're calling in. Corey, you're an idiot. You're actually believing this guy's going to call you, or are you stupid? All this stuff. So I'm doing the show, taking different callers. I go to another call. He's like, it's like 1:30. He's like, Corey, it's 1:30. Where's Kobe? You're so stupid. And then my producer in my left ear, Kobe Bryant's on the line. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Jimmy and Metairie, got to go. Kobe Bryant's joining us live. So literally the guy who says I'm an idiot and he's not coming on. And then Kobe joined me for like 20 minutes, called in from Memphis, remembered to do it. Smart guy, quality guy, kind of an outlier. I'm not dogging pro athletes like they're stupid, Although Alvin Gentry on the golf course once told me I was talking to the golf ball. Sit. He goes, man, this guy's talking to the golf ball like it's going to listen. That golf ball is just like NBA players. They don't listen. That's what Alvin Gentry told me. They don't listen. Anyway, so Kobe called in, had a very good interview, and I never heard from Shaquille O'Neal. But that's life in the slow lane. Anyway, good Kobe Bryant story. Quality guy, smart, outlier, not your typical NBA player. That's for darn sure. Boy, Miss Peaches, I hadn't been in years. I went to get and got a hamburger. I'm going to give you a hint. Canal Street by the cemeteries. The beach corner. That is a damn good hamburger. I forgot how good that hamburger is. A bun is so key on a burger. It's got a good bun, great tasting burger, hot, fresh, pretty good fries, onion rings. But the burger at the beach corner on Canal Street, pretty damn good. I remember George Scala owned it. I don't know if he still owns it, but kudos to the beach corner burger. Yummy. Corey Johnson with you, coming right back.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
For over 20 years, serving healthy, fresh, authentic Middle Eastern cuisine, Lebanon's Cafe, in the Carrollton section of Uptown on the streetcar line, Wednesday through Monday, 11 a.m. to 9:30. Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Boy, is Lebanon's Cafe good. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn. Some of the finest Middle Eastern food you'll find anywhere. Lebanon's Cafe, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn. They open at 11 a.m. They roll straight through till 9:30 at night, 7 days a week. You can go right now. Lebanon's Cafe. I'm getting an email. Corey at Corey Talks. Corey at Corey Talks is how you email us. Are you literally fake talking and acting like there are people in a booth that doesn't exist? I don't even know what that means. What's that mean? This is from Kevin in Old Metairie. Are you literally fake talking and acting like there are people in a booth that doesn't exist? Do you understand what that means? Do you have any clue, Miss Peaches?
I think he's saying that you're talking to yourself, that I don't
Oh,
exist.
that's what that means? Are you literally fake talking and acting like there are people in a booth? Oh, maybe like you're not here.
Right, like I'm not here.
But
like,
you are here.
Yeah.
I'm hearing your voice right now, unless I'm a ventriloquist.
Well, you can do multiple voices.
Oh, my lips were moving that time. Sorry. Let me do Miss Peaches again.
Yeah, and yes, and
I'm trying not to move my lips. Anyway, Kevin and Old Metairie, you're right. I'm alone in the studio. Miss Peaches is not here. By the way, Miss Peaches. Oh boy, show us the booth, Miss Peaches. Let's see Robin Quivers. That's what Kevin and Old Metarie's emailing me right now. You're Robin Quivers, apparently, to Kevin and Old Metairie. Wow.
I'll take it.
Wow. Hey, Kevin and Old Metairie, I think it's Walmart aisle 7, down like by your knees on the left side. It's a life. You can get a life at Walmart aisle 7, down by your knees. Well, I went into the Lowe's, and they've got like an app, and you can put in like, garbage bags, and it'll tell you aisle 8, and then breaks it down even more, like, row 4, section 13, and you go to row 4, section 13. It's exactly what you were looking for. I love when you go to a Lowe's or a Home Depot and you go, hey, how you doing? Do you know where the so-and-so is? And then they just start looking at the signs. I'm like, I can read the signs. You work here. I mean, within a few weeks, you'd kind of know about 90% of where everything is. I'm sure there's some particular things going to take a little longer, but 90% of where most stuff is, I mean, lumber's to the left. I mean, looking at the signs, I'm like, come on. You work here. I can read the signs myself. I thought you were going to help me. Oh, exactly. Hey, I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. Yeah, you right. This is for you savvy New Orleanians. Hey, no cheating, no Google, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, Bing, no search engines, no internet device. And on this particular question, no map or GPS. None of that. Miss Peaches, you used to do traffic on radio and television. I'm looking for streets or roads that go from the Mississippi River to the lake.
Oh, I got you.
I think there are only, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them maybe. And I'm talking from, the Metro New Orleans area.
Sure.
Metro New Orleans that go from the Mississippi River to the lake. You can get on that street at the river, drive straight to the lake on that street. You can get on that street at the lake and drive straight to the river. I thought there would probably be about 8 or 10, like some small streets that I wasn't thinking about. I don't know. I kind of was thinking it through, and I pulled up some map app, and I started, I knew about 3 of the 5, 3 of the 4, 3 of the 5. And then a couple of others popped up that I wasn't really thinking about. Anyway, there are, as I can tell, maybe 5 streets that go from the river to the lake. Just name one. So I'm going to give away 5 $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates over maybe today and tomorrow. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. The first couple are going to be easy, Miss Peaches. But then after that, I think it gets a little difficult. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate in the program, 766-9480. Governor Jeff Landry bans critical race theory in public schools. Now, I don't know if critical race theory should be like part of a set curriculum, like you're teaching math, you're teaching English, you got to teach critical race theory. But I think the fact that critical race theory exists, like it's a thing, like it or not, I don't know if it needs to be taught as a curriculum or a class, but I think it would be wrong to not mention it as something that goes on in America and is real. You can not like it, you can think it's wrong, all that, but it's kind of strange, like in an academic setting I don't know how you would do it in Louisiana. Hey, this critical race theory does exist. This is what it is, but we can't teach it in class, but just letting you know it exists. I don't know. I think that would at least have to go down. But I don't know if I'm like a big fan of critical race theory. I think it's a little hyper woke and over the top, especially in 2024. So, no, I'm not saying Jeff Landry's right, like you ban it, but maybe like as a course or a curriculum that, I don't know, I wouldn't even tell a college if they had that course. I mean, I remember at LSU, thousands and thousands of classes. I mean, pistol marksmanship, dairy science for freshmen, like how to milk a cow, basically. So critical race theory, I mean, at a university, if they want to teach that, I don't know why you'd ban it. But Jeff Landry bans critical race theory in Louisiana's public schools. 766-9480.
Malik and Chalmette.
766-9480. New Orleans East. I think they're still dealing with the boil water advisory, a water main break. I love the Crescent City Connection lights. Decadence Fest this weekend. Let's head to the phone lines. 766-9480. 766-9480. Malik joins us down in De Parish, Chalmette, St. Bernard, where life is hard, hard, hard.
Not much, man. How you doing?
Doing good, Malik. What's up in De Parish, brah?
Not much. I wanted to call and answer your question about the road the streets that run from the river to the lake.
All right, I just need one. Can you come up with a hard one if you know a few instead of the easy one?
I'm not sure about the easy. I'm not sure about the hard one, but I know the easy one.
All right, give me an easy one.
Elysian Fields.
Elysian Fields. Kaboom goes the dynamite. You are correct.
Yeah, you right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
I think that's the number one, Malik, I would think. I think that's the most obvious one. It's a wide open boulevard with a big neutral ground. But yeah, Elysian Fields goes all the way from the river, right down past that. What is that, a Roberts? Basically, if you fade to the right, you're on Decatur. You're heading into the quarter right there, and into the Marigny and then into the quarter. So, Malik, Elysian Fields is correct.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Who's getting the $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate?
Sounds like me.
No, I know that. But you going, or wife, girlfriend, daughter, mother?
No, my fiance. Perfect,
man. Nice. And you live in Chalmette?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have to figure it out. I mean, you could probably beeline up I-510 and head over to the Slidell location at Gauze, or maybe Mid-City New Orleans might be. Canal at Carrollton might be the easiest location. That's probably, you got probably two choices that are closest to the house in Chalmette.
Yes, sir. The Slidell, most likely.
There you go. Hey, Malik, hang on, all right?
All right.
That's Malik down in De Parish, picking up 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse. I think he got the easiest one of the five. Name the streets, roads, highways that go from the Mississippi River directly to Lake Pontchartrain, or vice versa, from the lake to the river. Elysian Fields, I would say, is the most obvious one. And it does. It starts out at the Marigny at the river, goes through, what is that? I guess it's not Rampart at that point. I mean, I guess it's Rampart a block or two before, but the stoplight would be St. Claude. And then what? Claiborne's and Elysian Fields, the next stoplight. And then after that, maybe Galvez and Elysian Fields. And then by in between I-10 and I-610 on Elysian Fields. And then you keep going. And there's, let's see, a stoplight maybe at Gentilly and Elysian Fields, and then one at maybe, what is that, Franklin, and then Mirabeau, and then Allen Toussaint, and then Leon C. Simon, and then you're fading into UNO's campus. And then Elysian Fields goes right into that traffic circle. I love traffic circles. The roundabouts are the greatest invention on roads. I love the elevated one at Causeway and Airline, and I love the one on Lakeshore Drive. Some people in New Orleans can't really handle the traffic circles.
It makes me nervous.
What are you talking? You have trouble merging, Miss Peaches? Egress. What's the problem? Number 3, Miss Peaches.
There it is. Okay.
Number 3.
Okay. Yes. It makes me nervous.
Geez, this is someone who did traffic for a living.
You're speeding into oncoming. Yes, you have to merge.
But there's a gap and you fade right in. It's a beautiful thing.
People don't understand. Like, people they don't let you merge sometimes.
Pooping pants, Miss Peaches. Go, mommy. She'll pick you up kindergarten class.
And then your
nose is running.
And then when you want to exit the roundabout, you got to make sure you're in the right spot.
Well, that's true. You might have to do a loop if you're slow. You might have to go around again. But that's the beautiful thing. I love roundabouts. Anyway, that's the Elysian Fields gimmick. Good job, Malik. I'm a big roundabout fan. I know on the North Shore they want to put a bunch of those, and I think that's brilliant.
And they're having issues with the ones at least the ones they're trying out in Livingston Parish, I heard. Yeah, because when I say trouble, like people who are not familiar with how to use them, and they're getting into...
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today, and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades. On Jefferson Highway, across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Oh boy, Miss Peaches came up with a 6th road that goes from the river to the lake. I think she's right. Another road in the metro area. I'm giving away 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse Day Spa. There's maybe a half dozen roads in metro New Orleans, and Jefferson Parish that go from the river to the lake, like Malik in Chalmette coming up with Elysian Fields. I think that's the most obvious one. If you know of a road in Orleans or Jefferson that goes from the river to the lake or the lake to the river straight through, I've got 50 big bucks for you, good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Miss Peaches and I were talking about roundabouts. I love them. I think they're great. She's like, I have trouble with them. And then I was telling Miss Peaches, if anyone's ever gotten off at that D'Iberville exit, right past Biloxi, there's like a Fremo Town Center thing north of it. So I think a lot of people exit there to go to the shops and stuff. When the exit before that by like I guess it was Ray Brandt's, I think, Mercedes dealership or BMW dealership right there. You literally exit, and someone came up with this. It turns into like European roads. Like instead of, how would you say it, Miss Peaches? Instead of, if you're looking at 2 roads, you're going, the right side is where we drive. The right side, I guess, is how you'd say it. We drive on the right side. On this exit before D'Iberville by the BMW dealership in Mississippi, you exit and immediately turn left. Like you don't have to wait for that traffic would be coming from your left. You drive on the left, and people are driving on the right side going the opposite direction, like Europe. It turns into Europe for about 100 yards because they're like, people exiting, they can immediately turn left on the road instead of having to wait for that traffic to go through that road and take a left and be on the, quote, right side of the road. So at that exit, you're on the left side. Then there's a crisscross like a few hundred yards down that puts you back on the American side of the road, driving on the right. They're doing that at the Loyola exit. I think they've done it. Loyola and I-10 at Kenner under the bridge. You exit and you immediately go left instead of waiting to go through and turn left. I guess you don't have a traffic light because you can immediately turn left. You don't have to wait for the traffic and all that. So I get that benefit, but that just seems like over some people's heads. I mean, you better have big arrows on the street saying this is the direction, because it's literally like you're driving in Europe for a few hundred yards under that bridge before you cross over. And there's a stoplight there. So I guess they're eliminating one stoplight instead of having 2. You only have one at the X instead of at the exit also, if that makes any sense. But I'm just like, wow, this is so weird. And I mean, I'd really have to be hyper alert to drive in Europe. I think I would end up trying to turn into oncoming traffic by accident thinking I'm in America. But anyway, that exit at Loyola and I-10, you drive on the left side of the road for a little while. Hey, if you know a road or highway or street that goes from the river to the lake straight through, I got 50 big bucks for you, good at the Woodhouse. 504 is the area code. 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines. 766-9480. Costco opening tomorrow in Covington. They're going to kill it. Costco in Covington is going to slaughter it. Hey, I said this last week, and I'm even going to be more vague about it this week. In 2 days, we're not talking about 19 years ago. Miss Peach is already their media outlets right now, 2 days in advance, this Thursday, 19 years ago, already discussing it. It's coming, we're starting to evacuate. The warnings were coming. The storm looked like it was coming our way, all that. I mean, let's talk about that. And this Thursday in a year, it'll be the 20th anniversary. I'll just end it like I did last week. We're not talking about that crap. Who wants to talk about 9/11 and planes crashing into buildings or Pearl Harbor? I don't want to watch that or talk about that. And I remember when I was a kid and people were, in 65, Camille, or 65, Betsy, and 69, Camille. I'm like, it's 1978. This is a decade ago, 15 years ago. Why are y'all still talking about this? As a child, I remember that, People just love talking about storms and anniversaries of storms. I don't know. Anybody happy about Katrina? Who wants to talk about that? So, I'm just letting you know now. No bueno. Not going to discuss. What a terrible topic, huh? Decadence Festival this weekend. Kevin in Old Metairie says he will be at Decadence Fest this weekend. Good for you, Kevin. I don't know why you keep emailing me crazy stuff, but you keep doing it. Corey at Corey Talks is how you email us. I love the $21 million they spent on the Crescent City connection. Fantastic. The lights are incredible. What a great, great spend. Brilliant. No downside. Just $21 million to light up both those bridges. I kind of think that's a pretty damn good deal. When you see what they look like, you're going to be like, that's money well spent. It expands the skyline. When like a pro sports, when LSU won the national title, New York City lights up the Empire State Building in purple and gold. The Mississippi River bridges in New Orleans are going to be like that. How many things in America are there like that where they light it up for a specific color? So social media, national media, they're like, hey, the Yankees won. Look at the Empire State Building. Look at the Crescent City connection in New Orleans. They're celebrating it. We're going to get a lot of hype and pub, but that's not the main reason. Nighttime, for the next 20 years, those bridges are going to be fantastic. Lit up, bright, beautiful. Let's go back to the phone lines. Rouse's Markets phone lines. We're heading to Metairie, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic. Lots and lots of traffic. Tom joins us in Metairie.
Well, yeah, Corey.
How you doing, Tom?
I got a couple of answers.
No. We don't want a couple. We only want one. We only want one. Pick one, Tom.
Williams Boulevard, Kenner.
Williams Boulevard in Kenner. Can you be a little more specific? I think you're right about as far as a linear street, but I think it's two streets, right?
No, you're thinking David Robin Potter?
Nope. When you cross over Airline, what does Williams become? Is in Rivertown, is it Williams?
I think so.
Okay. I thought it was 3rd Street in Rivertown. I thought it changed on the other side of the tracks. No, you might be right. I could easily be wrong. Let me check on the maps. But I thought when you cross.
That'd be interesting because I used to ride my bike there and all the way to the zoo from the.
No. It's straight and linear, like I said. But I thought when you cross the tracks, Williams turned into 3rd.
7.
Yeah, no, I had Williams, but I had it Williams / 3rd Street on my list. I don't know why I thought it was 3rd. I thought on the other side of the tracks it was 3rd. I used to go to, what was it? Le Parvenu? Was that the restaurant in Rivertown?
Yep.
It was damn good, too.
It's kind of making a comeback with the River Shack opening up out there and Ground Patty.
Yep. The Ground Patty was packed. I was trying to go in there to get a burger about a month ago, and it's too crowded. Had to leave.
I have yet to go.
Tom, you are correct.
Yeah, you're right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
I don't know why I thought it was 3rd Street on the other side of the tracks at Airline. I don't know. Maybe it was, and they changed it.
From Miss Peaches, I have a roundabout story.
Oh, please, Tom, fill us in.
We landed in Shannon, Ireland, heading out to Dingle, which is on the southwest coast there. And they had one that was about 7 or 8 spokes. Now, not only is that a massive roundabout,
wow,
and thankfully it was written in English along with Gaelic, but we could read the English. So I had my friend reading the signs. So we probably went around that roundabout 7 times before we could get to the correct spoke.
Wow.
You're also driving from the other side of the car on the other side of the and it's a standard. So
wow, a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
That's hysterical. And 8 spokes, 8 different roads going in 8 different directions off that roundabout.
But I'm like you. I love it. I mean, it's very efficient.
Yeah, I think they're very efficient and effective. That's crazy. That had to be a big roundabout. 8.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, like I said, we probably spent 10 minutes on it going around.
I'll tell you a funny story where the Parisians must have been like, you dopey Americans. My brother and I, this is 30 years ago. My one brother lives in London. He's an actor. He's been there 40 years. So my brother and I, my brother who lives here, we flew to go see my brother in London. We ended up going to Paris. So we're like, man, we were at the Arc de Triomphe, and we were on the street, and it's a big roundabout around it. We ran through the traffic to get to the Arc de Triomphe, and we're finally there, and we're like, God, how are all these tourists here? How'd this old lady and this big fat guy and this kid, these children, how'd they get across? And there's a tunnel. There's like 3 tunnels or something to go from the street to the Arc de Triomphe, so you don't have to run through the roundabout. So we probably almost lost our lives running across about 6 or 8 lanes in Paris.
If that didn't exist, there'd be a lot of people getting hurt every day.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure the tourists were like, look at these fools. These got to be from America. Got to be from America.
Yep.
Hey, Tom, good job. Hang on, all right? That's Tom and Metri picking up 50 big bucks from the Woodhouse. Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was 3rd Street, Miss Peaches, on the other side of Airline and the tracks. I'm going to have to do a little history on that and see if it was, and they changed it to Williams to, I don't know why that would stick in my craw like that. And of course, like I told Tom, I could be wrong. There's no doubt about that. And I'll admit,
the Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades. On Jefferson Highway, across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
For over 20 years, serving healthy, fresh, authentic Middle Eastern cuisine, Lebanon's Cafe. In the Carrollton section of Uptown on the streetcar line, Wednesday through Monday, 11 a.m. to 9:30. Lebanon's Cafe. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Wow. I'm looking on maps and I'm literally about to come in here and go, I was wrong. And I admit when I'm wrong all the time. Facts are in front of me. What I'm going to not say I'm wrong? I have no problem saying I'm wrong. I have no problem saying I don't know. But apparently Williams Boulevard, 3rd Street, by the way, today is River Road in Kenner. That's 3rd Street. But Williams Boulevard originally was known as 3rd Street, apparently. That's what I'm finding on some history website type things. And they changed, the city of Kenner changed it to Williams Boulevard, but it was originally known as 3rd Street. So all I can think, Miss Peaches, is when I was young and you crossed over Airline by the train tracks, that Rivertown was still known as 3rd Street, maybe. And I thought Le Parvenu was on 3rd Street, not Williams, when I'd go to that restaurant like 20 years ago. So I don't know. But I guess I'm half right, half wrong.
Because it's the old part of town.
What's that, number 3?
Maybe because it was the old part of town.
Yeah, Rivertown, the original Kenner. Exactly. No, exactly. And then once they expanded north, and all that's new. And it's a main thoroughfare, not a little street anymore. It's a main thoroughfare, Williams. Anyway, what's that, Miss Peaches? Boring the crap out of the audience now with all this info. I hear you. Where are we heading?
Steve and Marrero.
Steve and Marrero on the Best Bank. What up, Steve?
I think I know all the streets.
I don't want all of them. I just want one. Pick your poison.
I'm going to give you one that I think is one of the hard ones.
All right.
Franklin Avenue.
What's that?
Franklin Avenue.
There's another one that starts with an F that I think is the hardest, but Franklin Avenue is correct.
Yeah, you're right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
From the river to the lake on Franklin. What do you got? I remember, what was that great restaurant down there on Franklin in the Marigny? Boy, it was good. They had a steak with some kind of cheese, Stilton cheese on top, a New York strip. I forgot that place. Anyway, it was like Franklin Avenue is correct, Steve. Excellent work. Who's getting the gift certificate? Yo, Steve, you still there?
Yeah. I think my battery's dying in my phone.
Uh-oh. Who's getting the gift card? Wife, girlfriend?
Wife.
Mom? Wife, you said?
Yeah.
Nice. You're in Marrero. I'm guessing UEP Long to... Causeway to Clearview and go to West Esplanade, West Esplanade at Transcontinental's a Woodhouse, or maybe Canal Street at Carrollton. Yeah, Canal Street at Carrollton. There you go, Steve. Excellent. You're the man, Steve. You are correct. Hang on, all right?
Okay.
That's Steve and Marrero on the Best Bank picking up 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse. So Steve's got Franklin. Tom had Williams, and Malik had Elysian Fields. I still think there are 3 more to go. I think there's still 3 more to go. Jeez. Kevin continues to email me, Miss Peaches. He sends Le Parvenu, the restaurant I mentioned in Metairie. I'm talking about Feelings Cafe on Franklin Avenue. Feelings Cafe is what it was. They had a great New York strip with Stilton cheese on top of it. It was fantastic. Feelings Cafe. Sheesh, Kevin in Old Metairie, you're like a week late, dude, on everything. Le Parvenu. Yeah, I mentioned that 10 minutes ago. So Kevin in Old Metairie reminds me of Juiced Up Jimmy, that steroid freak in Lafayette that emails me every day. He'll email me photos of the show, like he's snapping a photo of me on his television. And then he'll have some, comment. Nice black shirt with the zipper, loser. Just something like that. It's just like, wow. Juiced Up Jimmy. And he admits he uses steroids. That's what's crazy. I called him Juiced Up Jimmy because he admitted it. Sent me like a photo of himself. I'm like, dude, what's up? Why are you sending me a photo of yourself? I've been working out. I'm like, great. Good for you. Maybe you need to head to Decadence Festival. I'm heterosexual. I'm not really into seeing your muscles and, send the girlfriend photos or something. I don't know what to tell you. Juiced Up Jimmy and now Kevin in Old Metairie. Wow. What an audience. Rouse's Markets phone line 766-9480. Yeah, Steve just came up with Franklin Avenue. That goes from the river to the lake. I think the hardest one, it starts with an F. Goes from the river to the lake. There's a few others. I think there's a couple in Metairie we still have. Miss Peaches came up with one that I didn't think went all the way. It's like, I don't know, Miss Peaches, does it go all the way? She's like, yep. And it did. Or it does. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Yeah, the Crescent City Connection lights. You need to check out the bridges. I don't know if they're doing it every night right now because they're still tweaking it, but they lit them up the other day. I think one bridge was red and one was green. It must have been like the, check Christmas lights or something. It's like the Superdome. In this case, it's $21 million, multi-million-dollar, state-of-the-art, high-tech lighting system that lights up the entire bridge structure from the roadway to the top, each bridge. Not when they put those little round lights on the top of each bridge, I thought that was great. Looked good. The little, it's almost like Christmas lights, little clear lights going up and down the, peaks and valleys of the structure of the bridge on the top. This lighting system lights up the entire metal structure of each bridge, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I thought it was $21 million, ridiculously very, very well spent. I think New Orleanians are going to love it. They're going to enjoy it. They're going to be, mom and dad with the kids. Look, kids, look at the bridge. I mean, it's just going to be something great. Tourists are going to love it. I think it's going to get national attention when 4th of July, it's lit up red, white, and blue, or some major Super Bowl winner, the color, Green Bay Packers putting the green and the gold up there, something like that. The whole country's going to, check that stuff out. Like when they light up the Empire State Building in those different colors. What's that, Blue Boy? The 4 o'clock hour's already in the books. You are correct, buddy. High five? You want to give you a high five? What are you saying? Five what? Oh, 5 o'clock power hours next. Blue Boy, you're right on the money again. Miss Peaches needs to learn to handle traffic circles? Wow, Blue Boy. You like traffic circles. You handle them fine as a basset hound. Interesting. 5 o'clock power hours
on
next.
the Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSAgency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSAgency.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family-owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you. 5 o'clock power hour on a Tuesday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. 5 o'clock power hour this afternoon brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating, a New Orleans tradition for over 55 years. You know what I know. When it's time to paint in Metro New Orleans, you do it once, you do it right. They literally steer you in the right direction at Helm Paint and Decorating. Over there on Earhart and 6 other locations in the metro area. East Bank, West Bank, North Shore. Helm Paint and Decorating, taking care of you like Drew Brees did when he was a Saint. It is New Orleans, home of Helm Paint and Decorating for over 55 years. Hey, Baton Rouge, capital city. Helm Paint and Decorating now in Red Stick. That's right, 4 area locations of Helm Paint and Decorating in Baton Rouge. Highland Road, Perkins Road, Jones Creek Road, Choctaw. Plus, just like New Orleans, free 2-hour delivery of those high-quality Benjamin Moore paints. And when I say Metro Baton Rouge, yeah, West Baton Rouge, like Bruley and Port Allen, East Baton Rouge, Prairieville, even as far over to Gonzales. That's right, Gonzales. Exit 177 off the I-10. You got to paint in Gonzales? Helm Paint and Decorating has free 2-hour delivery to Gonzales out of their 4 Baton Rouge locations. Yeah, you right. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, when you got to paint in Metro Baton Rouge, do it once, do it right. Helm Paint and Decorating now in the capital city. I love Helm. I painted my house about 2 years ago. I'll never, ever have to paint it again. Lifetime paint. Still looks great, like I painted it yesterday. The great thing is, compared to these stupid, ridiculous, overpriced, I feel sorry for you folks that use these coating companies. These coating companies are literally the world's most expensive painting companies. That's what they are. And it's not a coating. It's a paint. Better than paint. No, it's elastomeric paint. It's elastomeric paint. You can get that at Helm Paint and Decorating. But here's the deal. Talk to a professional house painter. I don't know if you could find a single one out of hundreds that would tell you to get elastomeric paint for your house. About 99% of home applications don't require it. 99 out of 100. No, go to Helm when it's time to paint. Really simple. Don't get ripped off. Don't get fooled by these gimmicks, cartoon name coatings. It's not a coating, it's paint. An unnecessary, expensive, rubberized paint you do not need. No reason to go with that. Go to Helm Paint and Decorating, the pros. 5 o'clock powwow on this Tuesday brought to you by Helm, now in Baton Rouge. Governor Jeff Landry bans critical race theory in public schools. I mean, if there are like classes and curriculums and it's an entire semester outside of like a university, I do think that would be a little ridiculous. But also like a teacher spending a day or two teaching critical race, I don't think it's a big deal. It's not like it's an opinion kind of thing. I don't really see the harm, but you know, I guess Jeff Landry does. Rouse's Markets phone lines 766-9480. 766-9480. Crescent City Connection, new lights look fantastic. Boil water advisor out in New Orleans, see some water main break. Decadence Festival this weekend. Costco opening in Covington. They're going to slaughter it. They're going to slaughter it. Hey, I've got a few $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. Looking for streets, road, highways that go from the river to the lake in New Orleans, in Jefferson Parish, from the river to the lake. We've already got Elysian Fields, Williams Boulevard, Franklin. Danny and Kenner might have an answer for us. What up, Danny? Stan. Oh, Stan in Kenner. My bad. Sorry, it ain't Danny. It's Stan in Kenner. What's happening, Stan?
What's up, bro?
What up, dudes?
I had all of them.
I don't know all of them. I just want one.
Well, I thought you were just talking about the city of New Orleans.
That's good.
Causeway Boulevard.
Which one?
Causeway.
Causeway Boulevard. We have not received that in his answer. I think that's as big as Elysian Fields, as obvious as Elysian Fields. You are correct.
Yeah, you right.
Yes,
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
What's that, Stan?
I mean, I can't think of the other one because I had Franklin and I had Elysian. I can't think of the other F that you're talking about.
Yep, someone will get it. It's an F street. I'll give a hint. It's a little east of Franklin. It's a little east. But don't answer. Don't answer, Stan. Someone will get it.
I'm not.
Who's picking up the 50 big bucks? Who's getting that gift card?
You know, I think I'm going to give this one to me.
Really? Nice. I like that. Stan, I went about... No, go ahead.
I think I need a pedicure.
I was thinking deep tissue massage, man.
I think I'm going to give myself a day of spa.
Stan, I went to the Mid-City location, Canal Street of Carrollton, about, 3-4 months ago on a Sunday and got a deep tissue massage. I'm telling you, dude, I walked out of there like someone hit the reset button on me. I could go home and go to sleep. I could go run, I could go run, and exercise. I was just like, my shoulders were dropped. I was just like, wow.
Did you fall asleep in a chair?
No, but on the flat bed thing, no. But you're like almost asleep. That's the beauty of it. You're not asleep, but you're almost asleep. I'm sure people have passed out in massages. I may have before, but no, I did not pass out, Stan. But yeah, you can.
No, this one's mine. It ain't going towards wife.
I like that. If you're in Kenner, they've got a location, Metairie near North Kenner, Transcontinental at West Esplanade.
I know right where it is, right across from Vincent's.
There you go. Exactly. Across the street from Vincent's, caddy corner from the Ace Hardware.
Right next to Austin's.
Yep. By Austin's. The Robears in there. Yep. Good job, Stan. Hang on, all right?
I want to know.
No, go ahead.
I want to know the last one with an F. I cannot think of it.
All right. There's that one, and we got Miss Peaches has one she came up with. And then there's one that's sort of a little different. The last one is, I hate to give the answer, the hint like this. It's not a road or a street. It's bigger. It's more of a highway type thing. But anyway.
Yeah.
A little west of you, Stan. That's too much hints. I got to be quiet. Hey, Stan, hang on, all right?
I love you, man. I watch your show every evening.
Thanks, Stan. I appreciate that, man. You're the man. Thank you.
You have a good evening.
You too, Stan. Have a great evening. See, Miss Peaches, somebody loves me besides my mom. Yes. You owe me $5. You said nobody loves me but my mother last week. You did say that. Stan in Kenner loves me. I love you too, Stan. You're the man. I feel like I'm Donald Trump. I love you too. The Vietnamese community. I love the Vietnamese. Wherever Trump's going, he loves them and they love him. He went into some Vietnamese restaurant yesterday. The owner, this cute little Vietnamese lady, I don't know where it was, New York or somewhere, just gushing, just loved it. And everybody in there. You know what's weird about life? I mean, I don't know about you. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'm not if I'm at an event like that, say I'm in a restaurant, Donald Trump walks in, I'm not grabbing my phone and shooting video of that. I'm watching it. I'm not watching it through my phone, and I'm watching it. I'm not a pull out the phone and shoot video, especially when so many other people are. I'm like, I'll ask them to forward me the video after Trump leaves. But I'm not a big, when, an event's going down, like Donald Trump coming into a room, a bomb exploding, a fire, whatever. I don't. If it's something instantaneous, it's right there in front of you, especially people-oriented. We're like Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, whatever. They're talking. I'm going to hold a phone up and shoot video. It almost seems a little rude in a way. Like they're here. Do some human engagement with them. But I get the video recording thing. I'm not being hypercritical of folks that do that. But for me personally, I'm going to enjoy the event. I never understood that. I mean, it's some concert for 2 hours. Yeah, I might shoot 30 seconds of video or something. But I'm not going to miss the thing that's happening in front of me for like 30 seconds to shoot video of it, especially when other folks are shooting video of it. All right, so Stan came up with Causeway Boulevard. We got Causeway Boulevard, we got Franklin, we got Williams, we got Elysian Fields. Yeah, there's I guess let's see, three more. Let's see. Yep, three more. One is sort of in the middle, and the other two are on the opposite ends. One is kind of way west, and one is way east. I'm looking for streets, roads, highways that go from the river to the lake, straight through.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Served in New Orleans' finest restaurants, Leidenheimer French bread.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center. It's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades. On Jefferson Highway, across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us to you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City, Corey Johnson back at you. Latrim, the global manufacturing giant, is hiring. You know, if New Orleans had about a dozen Latrims, we'd be like Austin or Nashville. Latrim has 1,400 employees in Harahan. They've got a few hundred more on the North Shore, and they continue to grow. If you go to latrim.com, it's not like a job opening or two. It's dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens. And for many people, it's not only a job, it is a career. There's some people that work at Latrim that have been there for decades. It's a world-class manufacturing giant, a world-class company, born, bred, based right here in New Orleans. It's privately owned. And all they do is grow worldwide, and all they do is hire. There's so many patents. I mean, I mentioned they invented the shrimp peeling machine, the all-plastic modular conveyor belts, the Lapeyre stair. Digicourse is this like sonar that they invented that is respected and used worldwide. It's endless, like 600-700 worldwide patents at Latrim. An incredible company. You're looking for a new job, a career, or if you're just a New Orleanian that wants to check out the website and see what a world-class company right here in New Orleans is all about, go to latrim.com. For a full listing of positions available, latrim.com. Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M, latrim.com. Rouse's Markets phone lines are open, 766-9480. 766-9480. I'm looking for streets, road, highways that go from the river to the lake in Metro New Orleans. From the river to the lake in Metro New Orleans. We've already got a bunch of answers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 7 total. I've come up with 7. There might be more. I've come up with 7. We've got Elysian Fields. I think that's the number one. Big Elysian Fields, the boulevard runs from the river to the lake or the lake to the river. I think the second biggest in the Metro would probably be Causeway. From the river to the lake, Causeway Boulevard. Hell, Causeway Boulevard goes through the lake, across the lake to the North Shore. We got Franklin Avenue. There's another New Orleans street that starts with an F that goes from the river to the lake. We got Williams Boulevard in Kennebra, which I think used to be known as 3rd Street. I remember, I swear, I think it was Williams until Airline and the train tracks, and then in Rivertown, it was 3rd Street. Now, I know 3rd Street is River Road in Kenner, but I think originally, I used to go to Le Parvenu, that restaurant. I swear, I thought it was on 3rd Street, not on Williams Boulevard. I could be wrong. Historically, Williams was known as 3rd Street, so somewhere in the old brain, the old skull cap, that was tucked back in there, and I pulled it out. I don't know how or why. I'm not a Kenner resident, brah, but I like the Metro, including Kenner, brah. The Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate, 766-9480. Dial us up. Miss Peaches fielding your phone calls, 766-9480. Yeah, Malik came up with Elysian Fields down into Parish. Tom and Metri said Williams Boulevard. Stephen Marrera on the Best Bank came up with Franklin. And Stan and Kennebra, Causeway. All correctamundo. I think there are 3 more left. One is in Orleans. One is in Jefferson. And the last one, I guess it's still Jefferson, barely. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480 to participate. 766-9480. Governor Jeff Landry bans critical race theory being taught in Louisiana's public schools. I mean, I guess if it's like some overwhelming curriculum where grammar schools, middle schools, high schools, or have a class that the whole semester is dedicated to critical race theory, that might be a little over the top. But are you restricting teachers from mentioning it even? I mean, what does teaching mean? Like a whole class dedicated to it? Okay, maybe I get that. But It's a fact. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying it exists. You can like it. You can dislike it. You think it's real or it's fake. It's over the top. It's right on the money. It exists. So, I mean, even to teach it like it's wrong or it's right or whatever, it just seems like you can't even mention it. It's kind of strange, especially at the university level. When I was at LSU, I'm sure it's all online now. The book that had the classes that LSU offered, I'm not kidding you. This is one thing I loved about LSU. The book was over an inch thick. There had to be a few thousand classes offered at LSU. Literally, a few thousand. All different kinds of stuff. 1,000 classes? I don't know. It was lots. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I think north of 1,000. Anyway. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Boil water advisory for parts of New Orleans East, a water main break. Crescent City connection lights. I don't know if they're permanent yet. They're hooked up. They've tested them. They look fantastic. I think in the next few weeks, they'll start coming on full time. $21 million. Very, very well spent. We got these 2 bridges, couple of $1 billion in bridges in today's money. Probably $2 billion, $3 billion in bridges. Literally, billions. The Crescent City connection to build today. Billions. Light them up like the Superdome. Brilliant. Decadence Fest this weekend. Costco opening tomorrow in Covington. They're going to slaughter it. I'm not a Costco guy. I'm single. I don't have kids. I don't freeze anything. I want a steak, I go get it fresh. I want chicken, I go get it fresh. I don't freeze anything. But if I was married and had kids, I'd probably be going to the Costco and the like. I'm not a big fan of big box stores in general. Not a big fan. Kind of a pain in the rear end, to be honest with you. Let's head to the phone lines. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. Let me tell you this real quick. It is hot out there. If you ever need air conditioning help in New Orleans, in Baton Rouge, Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys, Total Maintenance, they are there for you. Sterling reputation. No, they're honest, incapable of screwing you around. They're only going to do a service, repair, or replacement that is absolutely necessary. They're AC experts. They'll diagnose it right away. And speaking of right away, if your AC's not working in this August heat, they know you're uncomfortable. They come immediately. Your AC will be on this afternoon, tonight. Honest. Air conditioning experts that come immediately. That's Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys at Total Maintenance. In New Orleans, NOLAAC.com. That's all you need to know, Metro New Orleans, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore. NOLAAC.com. In Baton Rouge, think Total Maintenance. TM-AC.com. TM-AC.com in Baton Rouge. It's Total. Lots of traffic. Scott joins us in Petrie.
Hey, Corey, how you doing, my brother?
What up, Scott, my bro?
Oh, man, it's going great. I'm going to take a shot at the L trivia, and I'm going to say Clearview Parkway.
Scott, at first I didn't think Clearview went all the way through. You know, I thought it stopped like, I don't know what I was thinking, but Miss Peaches was like, Corey, it goes from the river all the way to like Fulse, and Fulse is on the river. So I would think that one counts. So I actually missed that. Miss Peaches added that one. I had 6, but that was the 7th. Clearview Parkway, you are correct.
Yeah, you're right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Good job, Scott. Who's getting the gift card?
Mom recently had total knee replacement, but she's doing fine now, and she needs it, so I'm giving it to Mom.
Beautiful, man. Awesome. You're the man, Scott. I love it.
All right, Corey. I really appreciate it, man. I haven't talked to you since I moved back to New Orleans.
Where were you?
Some of the outsiders say it in 4 years. Then it's good to hear you.
Thank you, man. I'm glad you found me again. Where did you go for 4 years, Scott?
Well, I've been back for 4 years. After Katrina, I lived in Mississippi and got homesick and had to come back, you know, and a bunch of factors: the parents, the food, the culture, and then, hopefully things are on the upswing. And I'm a realist, but I'm positive as well. So that's where I stand.
Where do you live in Mississippi?
I lived in Jackson.
Oh, wow.
Kind of a mini New Orleans, but they about that hole, but they have no clue what a pothole is.
Jackson doesn't. It's well paved streets in Jackson.
No, they have potholes.
Oh yeah, Jackson's that city. I mean, I think they try hard. It's just struggling. I don't think they've got a huge economy. Just I don't know. Am I wrong?
It's a mini New Orleans. A dysfunctional government. You got boil water advisories. You got potholes.
They've got worse water problems than they're like second to Flint, Michigan with the water problems, huh?
Oh, it's disgusting, man. But it's a shame too because it's a nice little town and a nice area around it. But it's kind of like hopefully New Orleans is going to take off. I'm an eternal optimist, although I'm a realist. But I see. Now, I love the lights on that bridge, man. Those are beautiful. Yeah,
they came out well. Yeah, Scott, it's been a 40-year decline. Hopefully we turn the corner down here, for crying out loud.
I hope so, man. It's good. It's great talking to you, Corey.
Yeah, you're right, Scott. Hang on, all right?
All right, we'll do.
Miss Peaches is going to get some info from you, and we're going to tighten you up. But first, we're staying in Metri. Cindy joins us. What up, Cindy?
Hey, not much. We last spoke about your root canal.
Oh, yeah. I had that about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I'm actually got the fakie in my mouth. I'm going tomorrow, and they're popping that off and putting on the real crown now. What a nightmare root canal. Expensivo and just, like, damn, man. But my dentist was like, it's not like you're neglecting your teeth. You're getting up in age, and you need a root canal.
Yeah, lots of things happen, especially with those old fillings they used to use, which are also terrible.
Yeah.
But that's all they had back then.
Got to keep my twofers.
I'm sorry, what?
I said you got to keep the twofers, got to keep the teeth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, extremely important. You can actually die from a tooth infection. You could get septic, and that's what it did in the old days. It killed people.
Wow.
So, bad tooth stuff.
Unreal.
So I think I know one of the answers. I'm thinking Canal Street to Boulevard.
That I wasn't including that one really, but it's Canal Street, zigzags around the cemeteries. That wasn't one of my 7, but how can I argue with Cindy, Miss Peaches? She's right. Canal Street starts at the river.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for
goes to the cemeteries, and then it's not like it's, going left or right. It's just zigzagging around and continuing basically in that direction. I mean, I guess Canal Boulevard goes a little off of Canal Street at an angle, barely. But no, I like that answer. I think that's pretty close, except for the little zigzag by City Park Avenue. It's pretty linear from the river to the lake, and the street's called Canal. Just happens to be street and boulevard on the other side. So I think that's a you right, Cindy.
Great.
We're going to make that the 8th one. Canal Street /BLVD.
Yes.
That's number 8.
Yay.
Good job, Cindy. Where are you? You're in what part of town? Metro? You're going to go where? Transcontinental and West Esplanade Woodhouse?
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
Very close by.
All right, Cindy. Thanks for reminding me about the root canal.
Maybe. Take care.
Hang on, all right?
Okay.
That's Cindy in Metri. Miss Peaches is going to get some info from Scott Metairie, from Cindy in Metairie. We're going to tighten you guys up with $50 to the Woodhouse Day Spa, 5 area locations. Yeah, Miss Peaches, Canal Street to Canal Boulevard's legit. That's river to the lake. I like Cindy's thinking. That's an 8th one. We're going to count it. Even though there's that little jog, that little, 50-yard zigzag. One of the worst traffic light areas in the city. Almost unnecessary. They put that streetcar barn, or I shouldn't say barn, that streetcar turn around and pick up, drop off spot right there at City Park Avenue and Canal Boulevard. And I mean, how often are the streetcars coming by there? Seriously, every 10 minutes? So you need these ridiculous traffic lights. They are a nightmare. people in Lakeview that traverse Canal Boulevard. Miss Peaches, is there a worse light than Canal Boulevard at City Park Avenue now? It's terrible. It's like 3 or 4 lights, just turning signal lights. I don't know if you need any lights there at all, except where they were originally. Not at Canal Boulevard at City Park at all. You don't need them there. Where they were at Canal Street, where it hits City Park, you need it there. That's the only place. You could eliminate the ones by the Morning Call and the Bud's Broiler right there at City Park and Canal Boulevard. No need for them. Streetcar comes every 10 minutes. We're New Orleanians. We know how to operate around a streetcar. Bad traffic lights are terrible. I posted one on Twitter the other day. At nighttime, Causeway to the river. You hit Jefferson Highway. You catch that light, you might as well turn the car off, get out the car, sit on the hood and smoke a cigarette and stare at the sky. That light's like 1 minute and 30 seconds. It is painful. Almost every time I catch it, I'm like, I'm about to run this light because it seems to be broken. I guarantee you, people have run that light going, dude, what's up? 45 seconds, a minute. What's the problem? It's like 1:20 long at night. During the day, it flip-flops. There's so many people coming in from the North Shore, from Metairie to go to New Orleans for work, taking Jefferson Highway, taking River Road. When you hit Jefferson Highway, that thing's green for a long time. At night, it flip-flops. Now, I realize Jefferson Highway is a bigger street than Causeway, and at night, maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds for Jefferson Highway, 25 seconds for Causeway. It's like 1:20 that Jefferson Highway's green, and it's about 10 seconds that Causeway's green at night. And boy, I'm not going to bring up the lights in front of Oshner on Jefferson Highway or the one at Oshner and River Road. I'm not going to bring them up. I refuse to talk about them. All right, we've jacked it up to 8 now. I think 8 streets or roads that go from the river to the lake. Malik said Elysian Fields. Tom had Williams. Steve had Franklin. Stan had Causeway. Scott had Clearview. And Cindy came up with a newbie, Canal Boulevard, Canal Street. She's right. I still have 2 more, Miss Peaches. And my hint is each one is on the outside. One is way on the west, and one is kind of out towards the east. The one out towards the east starts with the letter F. The one that's out west isn't really a road or a street. It's more of like a highway, hint, hint. River to the lake. River to the lake. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. You heard earlier, I was mentioning Causeway, like it goes beyond the lake to the North Shore. The remaining one that's west of the city is the opposite. It goes from the lake beyond the river. Like Causeway goes from the river beyond the lake to the North Shore. This is the opposite. It goes from the lake beyond the river. The one that's west. And the one in the east starts with an F, the street. Give me the answer to either one of those. River to the lake, streets, road, highways. I've got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Best quality, best price, best selection. You know what I'm talking about. Rouse's Markets. They're closing in. They're opening a couple of new Rouse's in the next couple of months. They're almost at 70 stores. You know, Rouse's does about 150,000 customers each and every day. Can you believe that? Rouse's Markets does over 50 million customers a year. Think about that. Rouse's Markets does over 50 million customers each year in their over 65 locations. They're the only grocery store exclusive in the Metro New Orleans area that has a percentage of customers in the teens. Most grocery stores in Metro New Orleans, I mean, some are like 1% of the market, 2%. The second biggest standalone grocery store in Metro New Orleans does 7% of the market. Rouse's is more than double that. They're in the teens. Like 1 out of every 5, 1 out of every 6 people in Metro New Orleans shops exclusively at Rouse's. They're number 1. There's a reason. Best quality, best price, best selection, local stuff, regional stuff, national stuff, international stuff, Rouse's labeled items. I love that extra virgin olive oil. I only buy Rouse's extra virgin olive oil, the Rouse's labeled stuff. My buddy GQ, he's got a ceramic grill. He likes the Komodo Joe. Some folks have the Primo. Some folks have the Big Green Egg. You're using lump charcoal on those grills, not the, I have a Weber, so I use Kingsford, briquettes. On the ceramic grills, you use lump charcoal. GQ discovered the Rouse's brand, the Rouse's labeled lump charcoal. I'll tell you this, ceramic grill owners, just make it real simple for you. Rouse's lump charcoal, GQ loves it. It's less than $1 a pound. It's less than $1 a pound. Is there any lump charcoal anywhere? Even low quality stuff, and this Rouse's stuff is high quality. Even low quality lump that maybe you don't like. Is there anywhere that's less than $1 a pound? I've checked it out. Most of it's like $1.50. Some of it's north of $2 a pound for lump charcoal. High quality Rouse's brand charcoal, the lump, under $1 a pound. Rouse's Markets. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday afternoon. Jeff Landry bans critical race theory in public schools in Louisiana. A boil water advisory. I think it's still going on. Parts of New Orleans East, a water main break causing the problem. The Crescent City connection lights. I don't know if they're on 100% of the time at night, but they've pretty much completed the work. They're just tweaking out some final stuff. They're like 99% done. They've tested them. They've run them at night. They look absolutely incredible. I don't know if it's full-time yet. It might be, or it's soon to be. This weekend is that they crank it up full. That's what they're saying. This weekend, Miss Peaches, they'll be full-time. The 31st of this month. Nice. Awesome. Since August doesn't have 31 days, we're going to call Miss Peaches out on that one.
Or the 30th.
The 30th, Miss Peaches.
We're just out a day.
What a jerk I am, huh, Miss Peaches? Huh?
You're right.
Yep.
You're right. That's funny.
No, actually, I'm not right. August has 31 days.
Oh, what?
Yep.
What?
You're right.
Totally doubted myself.
Yeah.
I knew it was the 31st.
Well, July had 31, so I was like, August doesn't have 31.
You know the knuckle trick? Did you ever learn that in school?
Please tell me the knuckle trick.
I'm going to change your life. Okay.
Yes, change my life.
Okay, so every knuckle is 31 days. So if you go January, and then every in between is 30.
But what about July and August?
Because you have two knuckles that don't mate.
Wow.
Yes, and it always works.
Wow.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July.
And then August is the other knuckle.
Yes.
Wow, because you're connecting them.
Yes.
Holy smokes.
Change your life.
That changed my life.
And then you always remember.
That I'm remember that for the rest of my life, Miss Peaches.
Learned that in elementary school. Funny how that worked, you know?
That is brilliant. I got a good one for you. Dining. Do you know which side the bread or the water is supposed to be on?
No.
You want to know how you figure it out?
How?
You got to be like a monkey like me to do it. It's kind of like your knuckle gimmick. I love the knuckle gimmick. I'm fired up about that. Knuckle and the slot in between, January, February, March, April. And then the two come together for July and August.
Yes.
Genius. And then what? You got 8 knuckles and
It
1,
lands.
2, 3, 6.
It lands in December 30th. Yes, so the 31st.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just do the okay sign with your hands. What does the left hand look like? What letter? Small case.
B.
And what's the right hand look like?
That'd be D.
Bread, drink. Bread for B, D for drink. So bread's on the left side and the drink's on the right.
Perfect.
Not that, like, my water goes all over my drink. It might be in the plate when I'm drinking it, but bread is on the left. The little plate with your butter and bread is the B on the left, and then the D is your drink.
Love it.
That's a knuckle. That goes in the knuckle category.
Little
I love your
things.
knuckle thing. That's awesome.
It all helps.
Yep. Miss Peaches. I'm calling her out. 30 days in August. No, 31, Corey. All right. So this Saturday night, those lights are going to be on for good on the Crescent Connection. That's the story. That's the
story.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
I love it. Yeah, it's great. The little testing they've done is fantastic. They're going to be able to move. It's going to be different colors. LSU wins the national title. One's going to be gold. One's going to be purple. Tulane one's green, blue. 4th of July, red, white, and blue. Christmas, blue and green. It's just awesome. Lighting up those big, massive bridge from the roadway to the top, Miss Peaches. I like I said earlier, just the little Christmas lights they did 20 years ago on the top. The little white lights every 10 yards that, follow the curvature of the top of the bridge. That look great, lighting up the bridges. This is lighting it up. It's like the Superdome. It's like Las Vegas lighting.
Just a thought. Do you think they're going to keep up the lights?
Yeah. They're expected to last 20 years. The other ones lasted a while on top.
But what caused those? Was it a hurricane? What caused for those?
Just age, I think.
Age,
and yeah,
okay.
Probably a hurricane and just wear and tear and age. I'm sure they would have just replaced those. But someone was like, dude, look at the dome. Look at what they do in Vegas. It's 2024. Look what we can do with lights. And they're like, let's light up these bridges. And I think honestly, is 21 million a lot of money? Yeah, but I don't think to light up those bridges are massive. And the entire metal structure's lit up. And you have lots of options. And it's 20-year life expectancy of these lights. So I kind of think 10 million a bridge is kind of a bargain in a way. I mean, seriously. I know it's a lot of money, and I know a lot of naysayers like, why are we lighting up bridge? You could take 20 million, fix a lot of potholes. I hear you. There's a lot of spokes on the wheel, as I say. My buddy who left New Orleans came back in town. It was like 20 years ago. Why are y'all building the Canal Street streetcar? You got so many problems in this town. I'm like, I hear you, dude. There are probably 20 projects like the Canal Street streetcar. We've probably canceled 18 of them. So you got to keep some spokes on the wheel, even this, I don't want to call it like a luxury item, an extra, just something that's not pertinent or totally necessary for the city to run. I think you need all those things or you cease being a real city. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday afternoon. Leidenheimer French bread. They've been with us since 1896. They predate every single New Orleanian living. And I don't know a New Orleanian that's never had Leidenheimer French bread. Sometimes at the end of the week, because I talk about Leidenheimer a lot, I'll think about, did I have Leidenheimer this week? And then it's like 3 or 4 times. Yeah, that roast beef po' boy I had, that shrimp po' boy I had. I went to dinner with my mom, and we went to that high-end restaurant. And right away, they brought out that piping hot Leidenheimer French bread. No, it is the French bread of New Orleans, the official po' boy French bread of New Orleans.
My sit-to.
Like it's not good if it's not on Leidenheimer French bread. Leidenheimer French bread, Leidenheimer Baking Company.
To make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Since 1896, a true taste of New Orleans. Leidenheimer French bread.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades. On Jefferson Highway, across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Chris in Metairie joins us on the program. What's happening, Chris?
Yeah, hey, how's it going, Corey?
Good, man. How are you? What's happening in Metairie besides traffic, bro?
Not too much.
I hear you. What's on your mind?
Not much. I was just calling to answer the question about the streets from the river to the lake.
I only got 2 left. One's a street out towards the east, on this side of the Industrial Canal, and then one is because there's nothing in the east that goes from the river to the lake, obviously, and one is west of the city, out in West Jefferson Parish. And I wouldn't even call it a road or a street. It's a little bigger than that. What you thinking, Chris, in Metairie?
Oh, yes, I'm pretty sure I know which one you're talking about, west of the city. But I'm going to answer the one to the east. It should be France Road.
Kaboom goes the dynamite. Check out the big brain on Chris. Yes. You are correct, Chris.
You're right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
How'd you come up with that? That one I thought was the toughest of all, France Road.
Yeah, we didn't get a clue there. So with an F, it was east of Franklin. I was just trying to think of streets that way, and I was thinking like Flood Street, but it doesn't go. I think it's just like an upper ninth ward. Like a lower ninth ward.
Yep.
Street. So then I was like,
yeah, France Road is just like a little street in the Marigny, and then it turns bigger, and then it's like an industrial street. They were going to move the Port of New Orleans out to the Intracoastal Waterway. It was called Centro Port. And those wharfs on Poland and France Road were like the first phases of moving the port out there. That's when Mr. Go was built and all that. Then they abandoned that idea. They're going to have new locks on the Intracoastal Waterway to the river, all of that. They abandoned that project. But, yep, France Road is correct, Chris. Good job. Who's getting the gift card?
It'll probably from my mom or my aunt.
Nice. Excellent work, Chris. Good job. Deductive reasoning. Thank you, man.
All right. Thanks, Corey.
Yep. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. Miss Peaches is going to get some info from Chris and Metairie. France Road. Nice. Miss Peaches, we got all of them. Last one left. Way west of the city. Did we lose, Chris? Way west of the city. Western Jefferson Parish. It's not a road or street. It's a little bigger than that. And it goes beyond from the lake to the river. Ends up going over the river. Hint, hint, hint. Young's Dry Cleaning, a New Orleans institution since 1940, before America got into World War II. Young's Dry Cleaning was taking care of you. They've been doing it for 84 plus years. Dale, Don, 4th generation, family operated. They're the biggest because they've always been the best. I've been going to Young's for about 30 years. My mom, about 50 plus. They're fantastic. Young'sDryCleaning.com. Walk-up locations, free pickup and delivery. Manless locker locations. Find out more. Young'sDryCleaning.com. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, you right. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. Jeff Landry bans critical race theory in public schools. A boil water advisory for parts of New Orleans. See some water main break. I love the Crescent City Connection lights. Miss Peaches says this Saturday, reportedly, these lights will be on full time at night from now on. $21 million investment. Some folks, I think some folks in New Orleans just, I don't know what it is. Lack imagination, haven't been outside the levee system, just cynical, I don't know what it is, but some folks have been complaining about the $21 million, like money could have been spent somewhere else. This is the city and the state. They came up with the money, most of it from the state. So, I mean, take it and run with it, New Orleans. I don't get the folks that are, I know we have a lot of problems. 21 million could fix a lot of potholes, more police, all that stuff. I get it. City has over $1 billion budget. 21 million is nothing. And 21 million to light up 2 multi-billion-dollar bridges. To build those 2 bridges today might be like $3, $4, $5 billion, literally. You couldn't build each one of those bridges for $1 billion each. I can promise you that. So it's north of $2 billion. It's probably like $4 billion bucks plus. 21 million to light up $4 billion plus in bridges right near downtown, right over the Mississippi River, the main bridges of the city. Genius, brilliant, great idea. I'm 110% behind it. I love it. Expands the skyline, lights up the bridges from the roadway to the top. Awesome. New Orleanians are going to freak and love it. Love it. Decadence Festival this weekend. Probably the funniest thing about Decadence Fest, believe it or not, are like these preachers that go out there with all the, you're sinning and all this kind of crazy stuff. Kind of nutty. Kind of nutty. Oh boy, Miss Peaches, you're creating a lot of work for me. That's a lot of work. Now I got to break all those down into individual names. No, don't worry about it. I'll handle it. It's no problem. But each one I just cut and paste. I guess I could send the whole photo to him. He got 6 winners in a row. No, that might work. Maybe I'll just send the whole photo to him. The blue is a little crazy. Yeah. Oh, boy. We'll cut and paste. You can cut and paste off of him tomorrow off that. Yeah, we'll do that. Tomorrow. Miss Peaches at the controls. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday afternoon. Costco opening in Covington tomorrow at 8 a.m. The Costco in Covington tomorrow at 8 a.m. is going to be slammed. I think they've been pumping gas for the last few weeks, and I'm sure the line in Covington for the gas is just like the line for gas in New Orleans. I'm not a Costco member. I went in there one time. I'm single. I don't buy stuff that I freeze. I don't buy in bulk at all. So there's no reason for me to be a Costco member. Covington is family-oriented. Husband, wife, the kids. They're going to have so many memberships. That Costco in Covington is going to slaughter it. And, I'm sure, folks saving 20, 30 cents a gallon on gas. That's what I hear it is. It's not like a nickel cheaper. It's like a lot less. That's why people wait 15, 20, 30 minutes to pump gas. They're saving 8, 10, 12, 15 bucks. I'll tell you this. I mean, when I drive by some place and that I get gas and I have to pump premium, it's like, say, $3.40 a gallon, $3.50 a gallon. And I pull into another place that I'm not familiar with, but I'm low on gas and it's like $4.10. I'll pump like $5 because I'm like, all right, $4.10 and then $3.50, that's 60 cents. I know it's funny. I got a 20-gallon tank. That's $12. That's $12. It's not so much like I'm broke and I need the $12. It's almost like I feel like sinful's a little strong of a word, but I just feel it's sort of irresponsible. Like, just go 5 minutes more down the road to your usual place and save $12. What's that, Blue Boy? Thanks, Miss Peaches. And thank everybody for watching and listening. You're so great, Blue Boy. I don't know how to do the show without you. What else? Remind folks tomorrow, Wide Open Wednesday, 4 o'clock, and be there. Blue Boy, you're the best. Tomorrow, New Orleans.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.